Hey guys, Brad from Team Crimson here. It's time to catch up on some of the week's Vanguard news. We had Regalier stuff, we had Zeal stuff, finishing out V-Series finally, thank God, and we also had overdress. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into the news. I'm going to go ahead and go over the rest of V-Series stuff that was revealed, the Regalier stuff first, and then the Zeal stuff after that. Then I'll get to talk about overdress, which is the actual stuff I'm excited about. First off, for Regalier here, we've got the Grade 1 Oblation Regalier VAR, I believe. Power 8k, shield 10k, auto rearguard circle. When it attacks or boosts, you may put a card from your soul face down as a divine gauge for this unit. Act rearguard circle once per turn. Cost, discard a divine gauge from this unit, soul charge 3. Then if you have a Vanguard with the Regalier in its card name, cost, retire this unit and counter charge 1. That doesn't seem too bad. And then Grade 2, Demon Exorcism Regalier Thrud. Thrud. Power is 10k, shield is 5k. Auto rearguard circle, when placed, you may put a card from your soul face down as a divine gauge for this unit. Auto rearguard circle, at the end of battle, it attacked or boosted. Cost this unit has one or more divine gauge and move all of this unit's divine gauge to another rearguard. Push this unit into your soul and draw a card. That doesn't seem too bad either. And then the Grade 3 Regalia of Wisdom Angelica. Grade 3 Power 13k Force, clearly. Continuous Vanguard Circle. All of your rearguards with a divine gauge cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects and get power plus 5k. Auto Vanguard Circle. When it attacks, choose up to 2 of your rearguards and put up to 1 card from your soul face down as divine gauge for each of those units. And third ability is Auto Vanguard Circle. At the end of your opponent's turn, cost, discard 5 divine gauge and heal a card from your damage zone. So that's pretty interesting. I don't think it's as relevant for Genesis in Standard, or even really in Premium for that matter. It's interesting. I like some of the design aspect there, which is what they've been doing very, very well with most of this clan selection stuff. But otherwise, I'm not too impressed. Moving on to the Zeal stuff. Zeal Grade 1, Eye of Destruction Zeal. Power 8k, shield 10k. Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle. When placed, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Grade 2 or greater with Zeal in its card name from among them, and then put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck. This ability may only be used by a card with the same card name once a turn. I think it's a little obvious why, but that seems like a very, very solid card otherwise. The Grade 2 Devourer of Planets Zeal. Power 10k, shield 5k. Act Vanguard Rearguard Circle once per turn. Cost Counterblast 1. Rest 2 rearguards. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards. It gets power minus 5k until end of turn. And if you have Eye of Destruction Zeal, the Grade 1, in your soul, draw a card. When rode upon by a Grade 3, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and it gets power minus 5k until end of turn. I actually quite like that. Not only is the Grade 1 pretty solid, actually, but the Grade 2 is super solid as well, being able to neg the 5k, and then when you ride on top of it, being able to neg the 5k as well. But moving into big boy here, that is Grade 3 Galactic Beast Zeal. 13k body, imaginary force, clearly. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed from hand, look at the top card of your deck, call it your rearguard. If this unit is on Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and it gets power minus 5k until end of turn for each marker on your opponent's circles. Act Vanguard Circle once per turn. Cost Counterblast 1. Put one or more rear guards into your soul. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and until end of turn, it gets power minus 10k. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and Devourer of Planet Zeal is in your soul, this unit gets Drive +1 for every 2 cards put into your soul for this cost. That is quite spicy, actually. And it adds another dimension to Dimension Police. Pun intended. No, I quite like this. It's again an interesting design. It basically does what Zeal did, but in far better extents. I can also see some interactions and stuff, especially from the when play stability and everything, being able to go off and do some interesting things in premium. So that's always a good thing. I think this can interact pretty well with what is that card's name? Bad Black, Blad Black. I'm not sure. Very good. I think that'll interact pretty well with it. I don't see if it would be able to interact very well with some of the D-Robo stuff, but I could be wrong there. D-Police are not my forte, but I find this card very interesting. But moving on to the spiciness, which is the stuff that everyone's here about and everyone actually cares about. Overdress. So they actually revealed some cards on Tuesday and stuff. So we got Nirvana's ability. We also got what Overdress does, and it seems, we're not 100% sure, but it does seem like it's the new mechanic going forward, but it could just be the mechanic for Dragon Empire. We're not quite sure. But moving on, let's go ahead and get into the first one here. The first one is the Grade 0 Trickstar. The Grade 0 Trickstar, it's got 4 copies of it in the trial deck. Everybody's kind of wondering why is this random Grade 0, why is it so important that it has to have 4 copies in the trial deck? Well, Trickstar, Grade 0, 5k power, 5k shield, continuous rearguard circle. This unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects. So that already makes it quite interesting. And then moving on to the Grade 2, which already looks pretty cool. But its name is Virina. It is a Grade 2, 10k power, 5k shield. It has a very awesome red border going along it. Overdress, in parentheses, Trickstar. You may place it by stacking it on the specified unit instead of normal calling it to rearguard. Other ability as well, auto rearguard circle. When this unit is in overdress state, attacks the Vanguard, this unit gets power plus 10k until end of battle. Then cost Soul Blast 2, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. So how they're going about this, the new ability is overdress. When you place it on top of the designated unit as a normal unit, you perform overdress. Units in overdress can activate more powerful abilities. So how did they word this here? Trickstar is what's called original dress, I guess, and then placing the Grade 2 on top of it is overdress. And then you can call Virina normally. You can just call it otherwise if you want, or if you're not running into your Trickstars or whatever. But obviously you want to be able to go into, have the Trickstar and then ride this on top of it. Or not ride, call this on top of it, overdress it, evolve it, basically. So I find that quite interesting. Some of the questions here, if I do not perform overdress for Virina, am I unable to call it, which I just answered. My Vanguard is grade 1, but can I perform overdress on my rear guard? No, you cannot. Clearly, because in order for an overdress, it's similar to a normal call, so it needs to be the same grade as your Vanguard. So yeah, I quite like that. But getting on to the grade 3, Chakra Barthi Divine Dragon Nirvana. Grade 3, 13k body. Act Vanguard Circle once per turn. Cost: discard a card from your hand, choose a grade 0 card from your drop zone, and call it to rear guard. So you're able to revive your Trick Stars. Auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, cost Counterblast 1. And this unit and all of your units with the overdress ability get power plus 10k until end of turn. Very, very interesting. So not only are you able to get back your Trick Stars by discarding a card, hell, you could discard Trick Star to get back Trick Star. Why would you do that? But just saying. So not only are you able to do that, you're able to actually stick on your guy, stick on Nirvana, and do stuff like that. Still, you want to be able to Persona Ride. But then for the CB1, all of your units with overdress, including Nirvana himself, will gain 10k power. And it's saying that it's the overdress ability, so it doesn't actually have to be in the overdress state. So you could just call Virina. Like I said before, maybe you're not running into your Trick Stars or whatever. So you can still give it that 10k buff. So I kind of like that. I think that's quite interesting. It is very mediocre so far, I guess. Not mediocre. That's not the right word. It's a little dull, I guess. It's just plus power and stuff. I find the overdress mechanic interesting, but I also got to say that this Virina, it's just the one card right now. It's just the start deck card right now. So I think we'll get more interesting things with the overdress ability later on in the actual set, especially considering that this Virina looks the main card for set 1 looks to be a variant of Virina. So maybe it's a grade 3 that you can ride over Trickstar or whatever. But I find this mechanic interesting, and I think they can do very interesting things with it. The problem that we're having here, and that I know some people have talked about, already addressed, is the concern with power. We've seen some of these shields decrease. Grade 1s, instead of 10k shields, they're 5k shields. And then we saw critical triggers are still, triggers are still going to be 10k. Critical triggers and stuff are going to have 15k shields still. But your heal triggers went down, and they're going to have 15k shield as well. And then these trick stars and stuff are only 5k shield. So shielding has to come from somewhere, especially if we're going to have power output like these, where Virina is able to give itself 10k, and Nirvana is able to give all of the units 10k, and then Persona Ride's going to give everything 10k. Numbers can get pretty out of hand pretty quickly. So I don't see them being stupid, though. I really see them coming out with some sort of defensive mechanic. We've talked about it on the channel quite often. Is what do we think it's going to be? Maybe they're going to give skills to some of the triggers, maybe double shielding somehow, or like with heals or something. Maybe you CB, pay a cost or something, and actually doubles its shield from 15 to 30. I don't know. We don't know. But shielding has to come from somewhere. So yeah. That's really the only concern with this. Otherwise, I quite like what I'm seeing. I like Nirvana. I like Virina. It looks like like Chronojet and Overlord or something had sex and had this child. So I'm I don't know why I said that. I like that. I not that Chronojet and Overlord, doing the nasty, but I like Virina. I like the design, and I like Trickstar. So yeah. All right. Let me know in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on some of this. What do you think of overdress, and what do you think? Do you think the other units are going to have overdress as well? Do you think that they're going to have completely separate abilities? We'll have to wait and see. We're going to see what Dark States does next. That'll be on Tuesday. Hopefully, we can actually come at you actually on Tuesday and talk about it. But that's it from us. Let us know what you think. What are your thoughts based on some of these cards? Are you excited that V Series is finally freaking over? To an extent, But now we can actually look forward to the good stuff. But that's it. We will be back at you later in the week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.